Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today it's me and my best friend.
Take your wife to work day.
Kids are at grandparents' house, and if you guys saw the previous video, I mentioned that I purchased a BMW from Copart, but I don't know if they will sell it to me. Well, they sold it to me, and now I'm a little bit worried that I overpaid for it. Damage is extremely minimal. It looks nice, but Copart fees. So my winning bid was $3,200 after Copart fees. Total was like $3,800, which is, it's crazy. Like, this is why I stay away from Copart and IAA lately. For the last few months, I rarely buy cars from there, but this one looked interesting, and here we are. So we're going to the bank, getting a cashier's check, then we're going to my in-laws, picking up the trailer because it was purchased from Copart South, which is about an hour south from us. And if it has issues, I don't want to drive it, I don't want to risk it. So every single vehicle I purchased from Copart South came home on the trailer. So we're gonna go grab the trailer and then head to Woodburn, where the car is located at. And then I think take it to the lot, maybe do a quick loop around, see how it goes, and see if it was a good purchase. So if the vehicle has no mechanical issues, then this was a good buy. If it has mechanical issues, and depending on the severity of those mechanical issues, it might not be a good buy. But we're gonna find out very, very shortly. The trailer's been hooked up. Looks like Toby's trying to come with us. We are heading out. Hey, if you don't, maybe I'll work with you.
Alright, man, I appreciate you. I'll call you back.
You got it. Thanks for your time, man.
Right.
Bye-bye. That was Mannheim, and I was the highest bidder on, I think, 5 or 6 cars this week, and I didn't come up on any of them, just because, you know, even coming up $500, that's, you know, that'll cover my fees. And there are so many cars to choose from and to buy that very rarely do I come up from my initial bids. Plus, I purchase from bigger dealerships who sell, you know, 80, 100 cars a week. So for them, $500 or $250 doesn't mean as much as it does to me. So the last one was a 2015 Subaru WRX. I looked at it in the previous video, and it was fantastic. It runs really, really great, but I didn't come up $250. So the gentleman from Mannheim was busting my cojones a little bit for not working with them in a playful way. But we'll see if they will release the vehicle at 16.5. If they do, it's actually a very clean example, decent miles, and could definitely make money. Well, we are making our way to Copart. We stopped by Brewed Awakening. She wanted coffee, so she's gonna run in, grab some coffee. And from here, we're actually gonna stop by the lot because I need my jump box. And from there, we're gonna make our way to Copart. So it's almost 1 o'clock right now. I think our ETA is gonna be, I think we'll arrive there around 2 o'clock.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Here we are. Now I just gotta find the right key in a sea of keys. Sweet. Yep, still empty, guys, still empty. Got the jump box, got some oil just in case. I know it's going on a trailer, so it's not necessarily needed. But if it's low in oil, I do want to add some before I start the motor. And I'm not leaving Copart until I start the motor. Okay, next stop is Copart. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Copart. Made it safe and sound. It's a little wet because it's been raining on the road, but it's not raining now. Gonna go in, pay for the car, and hopefully it was a good purchase. I got the car paid for and found out that the seller is Geico, which honestly makes me feel a little bit better. because it was sold on approval, and I typically don't buy vehicles which are sold on approval because usually it's a dealership or private party that sells them. Went with my gut and bid on it. So I don't have the title for it. It's basically a certificate of possessory lien of foreclosure, meaning that with everything going on, COVID and whatnot, everything is delayed, and for insurance companies to sell vehicles and not sit on inventory because Oregon is delayed processing titles, they sell them with basically like lien paperwork, and this is how this vehicle was purchased. The other thing is Copart. I walk in with no mask and I see their employees not wearing a mask, yet they made me put on a mask. Like, if you're not wearing a mask, don't tell me to put on a freaking mask. That's annoying. You know, they have like their plastic shields and their social distancing put in place, so like I'm not super close to them. But if you're not wearing a mask, your employees aren't wearing a mask, don't hold me to that standard. I just got a phone call from Manheim and they gave me the WRX. So I think it's a 2015, maybe 2016. So if you guys are interested in that car, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because in another video, we're gonna be picking up 2017 Nissan Sentra, I believe, and a 2015 or 16 Subaru WRX that I purchased today.
There she is.
Geico was the seller. Hi guys, here's the car. So it has sports seats, heated seats, right? No heated seats. Looks like no heated seats. So I guess the only option it doesn't have is the cold weather package. It has these funky aftermarket clip-on paddle shifter things. But we're gonna open up the hood, see if we could read oil level and see if it has coolant, and then see if it'll start on its own and hear it run. Partially, guys, this is why I bought the car, because it seemed like it had engine work done, but it looked a lot cleaner in the pictures, so this is slightly disappointing. And it looks like we don't really have any coolant, and whatever this is melted to bits. Looks like it's the windshield wiper tank. So we have other fluid here. I guess next step, see if it'll start. Guys, to my genuine surprise, after seeing that, the car definitely started. As an exhaust, rear tires are nearly bald. She puffing, has a check engine light on and low coolant. So it looks like we got a project on our hands. But yeah, let's strap it down and head back to the lot, drop it off there, and kind of go from there.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Well guys, big change in plans on this vehicle. I don't want a freaking project. And I'm really pissed off that they didn't disclose that it had freaking engine damage. So I went in there and asked for the manager, and he came out, first looked at the lot, and I was like, it has, you know, fire damage inside the engine bay. And he looks at the pictures, he goes, where exactly? I was like, towards the back on the left side if you're looking at the engine bay. And he's like, okay, let me go take a look. So he comes out, takes a look, I kind of explain it to him, and he goes, well, it's okay, be calm, it's fine, no need to like raise your voice. And I'm thinking, bruh, I just paid $4 grand for a vehicle that had fire in the freaking engine bay. Like, one, I wasn't too loud, but two, like, don't tell me to calm down when you guys can't do your job right and list it properly. So as you guys can see, this guy is right behind me, and they are buying back the darn thing, because I honestly, I really don't want a freaking project right now. So he goes, let me go call the seller and let him know that they didn't disclose damage. And I'm like, you guys are freaking professionals. You guys do this for a living. Like, what do you mean it's Geico's fault? Geico didn't make the listing. You have trained people that do this every single day for multiple cars. Like, how can you miss fire in the engine bay? It is so darn obvious. So he went in and called, and 5 minutes later comes back, he goes, well, we're gonna buy it back. I was like, okay, great. So we came here with an empty trailer. Thankfully, we're leaving with an empty trailer because, one, if I would have known it was fire damage, I would have never bid on it. And two, if I did bid on it, there's absolutely no way I would have paid almost $4 for it. So what they're gonna do is relist it, and I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna try to keep track of this car, and I'll show you guys. If they don't show that it has fire damage, I'm gonna call them, I'm gonna record it, and I'm gonna put them on blast, because that's not okay. Like, I don't live close by. It took me, like, with the trailer around 2.5 hours to get here. What a waste of time. Like, this is why I stopped dealing with Copart. On behalf of sellers, like big sellers, they will rip off people, which is really annoying. It is extremely shady. It's a multi-million-dollar business. It is not okay. Nissan Versa, I purchased today. My winning bid was $3,500. After fees, I am $3,800, so roughly $300 in fees. Winning bid on this BMW was $3,200. I paid $39, like $24, something like that. Almost 3 times the fees on a lower bid than a dealer auction. My buyer fee was $600 for them, for Copart. For what? You guys can't even do your job right. Like, why am I paying you so much money? Clearly, I'm very annoyed. I'm not happy with it, but I'm happy I don't have to deal with this car. They said they'll mail me a check within a day or two. So this video definitely didn't go as planned, but this, I mean, it is what it is. I'm glad I'm not taking a $4,000 pile of heap of doo-doo home. I've never made a video like this. If you guys have any questions, I don't even know what to say. I mean,
Several days later.
it has been a few days since I went to Copart to try to pick up the 335. I guess moral of this video is, if Copart goofed up somewhere, like majorly goofed up and didn't label the damage as they should have in the first place, talk to them. See if they are willing to buy it back. Now, it's unfortunate that I wasted, 4 hours that day, plus gas money, plus the cashier's check, whatever. We could nitpick over multiple things, but at the end of the day, I'm glad they bought the car back. I'm glad they recognized that it was their goof up. And I'm glad I don't have that 335. As much as it would have been great and fun to have, I don't want a car that had fire in the engine bay. And it's so obvious when you look at it. And if they would have done a better job with pictures, maybe I would have noticed it. And maybe I wouldn't have bid on it. So the moral is, take a good look at pictures, preview vehicles if you can. If you can't, and Copart really messed up, talk to them. Talk to a manager, see if they're willing to work with you, see if they're willing to buy it back, maybe take off your buyer fees or whatever. That's gonna be a decision between you and Copart. But as for this video, guys, this is gonna be it. Thank you for joining my wild ride. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. I'll see you guys in another video.